Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures, home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which include Lusaka National Museum and Henry Tayali Gallery. The city also has several parks such as Mundawanga Environmental Park, Lusaka National Park, and Chaminuka Nature Reserve that offer visitors a chance to see wildlife up close. Within this dynamic city lies the Information and Communications University, ICU, a place where educational traditions merge with future-focused learning, a place where innovation and research thrive. With a commitment to providing industrial-oriented academic qualifications, ICU stands as a beacon of higher learning education in Zambia, serving over 5,000 students on both distance and full-time learning modes. But what sets ICU apart? It's our core values. At ICU, we cherish freedom of thought and expression, foster innovativeness and creativity, uphold good governance integrity, promote teamwork, professionalism, and responsible citizenship. We believe in strengthening national cohesion and inclusiveness. Our programs are designed to nurture problem-solving skills, a vital asset for job creation in Zambia. We emphasize critical thinking, creative reasoning, and informed decision-making. Our vision is clear: to be a leading provider of quality education across Africa. Our motto: delivering an ICT-enabled education with excellence. Whether you're passionate about technology, engineering, agriculture, or business, ICU offers a diverse range of programs tailored to your ambitions. Our School of Engineering offers unique programs such as Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with Education, Bachelor of Information and Communications Technology with Education, and more. In our School of Humanities and Business, you can explore degrees in Development Studies, Human Resource Management, Journalism, and various other fields. Education is about making a real impact. ICU proudly partners with the Zambia Research and Development Center, ZRDC, to offer scholarships and contribute to Zambia's social and economic growth. Our global reach extends far and wide. Collaborations with institutions like Volgograd State Socio-Pedagogical University in Russia and the Academy of Maritime Education and Training in Chennai, India, offer unique opportunities for our students. In a groundbreaking initiative, ICU has joined hands with the Zambia Correctional Service to provide tertiary education to inmates, fostering rehabilitation and brighter futures. At ICU, education goes beyond textbooks. Our vibrant campus hosts numerous associations, sports, and organizations that enrich the students' experience. Our commitment to excellence shines through the remarkable achievement of our alumni who have made significant contributions to society. So, why choose ICU? Because here, you will find more than education. You will discover a community that nurtures your dreams and empowers you to shape the future. Information and Communications University, driving the thrill for the nation in research and innovation.
Good. Good evening and welcome to Icu TV Main News. Let's take up the stories making headlines. Zambia Railways moved to activate Chipata-Mchinji-Nacala trade corridor. Immigration Department reports major enforcement successes amid raising obstruction cases. U.S. suspends $50 million health grant over concerns of medical supply division. Catholic Church elects Leo XIV as new pope. Zambia under-17 girls head to Namibia for COSAFA championship. With the main news, my name is Mirriam Deborah Gamani. Zambia Railways Limited ZRL has entered advanced discussions with Nacala Logistics to activate the Chipata-Mchinji railway line, creating a direct link to Mozambique's Nacala port and enhancing Zambia's role as a regional trade conduct. A ZRL delegation led by the Managing Director, Engineer Cuthbert Malindi, visited key sites in Chipata-Nacala to explore investment opportunities and strengthen infrastructure along the corridor. The project is expected to boost trade, improve logistics efficiency, and promote regional integration through improved rail connectivity. More in the following report.
Zambia Railways Limited has taken a significant step towards regional trade enhancement by initiating strategic talks with Nacala Logistics to operationalize the Chipata-Mchinji-Nacala railway corridor. From April 28th to 30th, 2025, a delegation led by ZRL Managing Director, Engineer Cuthbert Malindi, conducted site visits and stakeholder meetings in Chipata at Mozambique's Nacala port. The Nacala corridor presents a vital link between Zambia and the Indian Ocean, offering faster, more efficient access for bulk cargo and trade integration with Malawi and Mozambique. The meetings focused on infrastructure development, corridor diversification, and long-term collaboration between public and private sector players. At the Nacala port, the ZRL team engaged with Portos e Caminhos de Ferro de Mozambique, discussing enhanced cargo flow and potential for deeper regional cooperation. Plans are underway to operationalize the Chipata-Mchinji-Nacala railway within 3 months, laying the groundwork for extended connectivity to the Copper Belt and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This partnership reflects Zambia Railways' commitment to building a land-linked Zambia, strengthening logistics, driving economic growth, and connecting the region like never before. Mapalo Kasama, reporting for Icu TV News in Chipata.
The Department of Immigration has recorded notable enforcement outcomes across the country, despite a growing number of incidents involving obstructions of its offices. According to Chief Public Relations Officer Namiti Nshinka, a 25-year-old Zambian citizen, Aaron Piri, was arrested in Chibombo on May 5, 2025, for interfering with immigration operations and causing injury to an officer. He remains in custody and is expected to appear in court soon. In a separate case, American national Matthews Lister Jr., at 68, was convicted on May 6, 2025, for fraudulently acquiring a Zambian national registration card. He was fined 12,000 kwacha or indefinite, sentenced to serve 7 years months for simple imprisonment. Mr. Shika also reports several successful prosecutions involving illegal stay and entry. Among these convicted were Zimbabwean national Lillian Zigowo, who received 25,000 fine or 9 months of simple imprisonment. Between May 5th and 6th, 2025, immigration officers secured 60 convictions, apprehended 64 suspected and documented individuals, removed 43 from the country, and denied entry to 9 persons who failed to meet immigration's criteria. Mr. Shika cautions the public against interfering with immigration officers, emphasizing that such acts pose a threat to national security and be met with strict legal consequences. He reaffirms the department's unwavering commitment to enforcing immigration laws and assured the public to continue decisive against such offenders. More in the following report.
The Department of Immigration continues to record significant enforcement outcomes across the country despite a disturbing rise in instances where officers are being obstructed in the due execution of their duties. The latest such incident occurred on 5th May 2025 in Chibombo, where 25-year-old Zambian national Aaron Piri was apprehended by the Chibombo Immigration Office for obstructing immigration officers. Piri, acting with others, attempted to prevent officers from apprehending a suspect and in the process injured one of the officers. He is currently detained at Mirriam Correctional Center pending court appearance. Meanwhile, the Sasheke Magistrate Court on 6th May 2025 convicted a 68-year-old American national, Matthews Lester Jr., for obtaining registration by false pretenses, contrary to Section 316 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. Lester was fined 12,000 kwacha or in default to serve 7 months simple imprisonment. This conviction follows his apprehension by immigration officers on 2nd March 2025 at Katimamlilo border control as he attempted to exit Zambia into Namibia. During processing, he presented a Zambian national registration card, which officers suspected to have been fraudulently obtained.
The United States government has suspended a $50 million health sector grant to Zambia due to the concerns about misappropriation of medicines intended for malaria, HIV and AIDS and tuberculosis programs. Speaking at the press briefing, U.S. Ambassador to Zambia Michael Gonzalez expressed concerns over the government's inability to prevent the division of donated medical supplies, noting that approximately 45% of these medicines have reportedly surfaced in private pharmacies. The suspended funds are separate from the U.S.-aid PEPFAR program, which remains under review. Since 2022, various stakeholders have raised concerns over suspect irregularities in the Ministry of Health and Zambia Medicines and Medical Supplies agencies. A parliamentary report from August 2022 found initial drug availability in public health facilities had dropped to between 40% to 60%, well below the WHO recommended threshold. More in the following report.
We'd like to express our deepest concern over the latest decision by the U.S. Embassy to cut 1.4 billion aid to Zambia's Ministry of Health. We question the inaction of oversight institutions like the Auditor General's Office and the Zambia Police in addressing the systematic theft of essential drugs meant for our people. As IPAC, we wish to urge President Hakainde administration to engage in a closed-door meetings with the American Embassy to address the concerns raised by the U.S. ambassador. We are also disappointed by the failure of the Zambian government to act on the reports of individuals involved in the systematic stealing of drugs meant for patients is deeply disappointing, as indicated in the statement issued by the U.S. ambassador that the report was made available to government in late December 2021. We call upon President Hakainde administration to clean up the Ministry of Health without fear or favor or looking at either tribal lines or whatever.
We apologize for playing the wrong video. Let's take a look at the following one.
To safeguard and ensure the good use of these resources. I've bent over backwards doing everything I know how to do to prevent this, to partner or have tried to partner with authorities to respond. And in the absence of action, to hold people accountable and come up with a tangible plan and implement it in a year and a month. I cannot tell the American taxpayer this is a good use of their funds. And so I'm grateful that the cut is only $50 million. And I hope that moving forward, right, the question that we got, that the government authorities in law enforcement and supply chain will take the tangible action to stop this.
Any more questions? Yes, you haven't had a chance for a question yet.
Good morning, Ambassador Gamani, Chisi from PFM. I wanted to find out how many people are going to be affected by this decision.
My goal is that no one. My goal is that we will come up with a
Meanwhile, the Action Institute for Policy Analysis Center has expressed serious concerns over the recent decisions by the United States to withhold $1.4 billion in aid to Zambia's Ministry of Health. Executive Director Solomon Ngoma questioned the concerned silence of oversight bodies such as the Office of the Auditor General and the Public Police to face of what he described as a systematic theft of essential medicines. Mr. Ngoma urges the government to hold private discussions with the U.S. Embassy to address the issues raised by the Ambassador Michael Gonzalez. He described the government's failure to act and credible reports of drug preferage as both troubling and unacceptable. Mr. Ngoma further calls on President Hakainde Hichilema to take decisive action in cleaning up the Ministry of Health and to suspend all implicated without fear or favor. More in the following report.
As Acton Institute for Policy Analysis Center, we would like to express our deepest concern over the latest decision by the U.S. Embassy to cut $1.4 billion aid to Zambia's Ministry of Health. We question the inaction of oversight institutions like the Auditor General's Office and the Zambia Police in addressing the systematic theft of essential drugs meant for our people. As IPAC, we wish to urge President Hakainde Hichilema administration to engage in a closed-door meetings with the American Embassy to address the concerns raised by the U.S. Ambassador. We are also disappointed by the failure of the Zambian government to act on the reports of individuals involved in the systematic stealing of drugs meant for patients is deeply disappointing, as indicated in the statement issued by the U.S. Ambassador that the report was made available to government in late December 2021. We call upon President Hakainde Hichilema administration to clean up the Ministry of Health without fear or favor or looking at either tribal lines or whatever.
Government has formally responded to concerns raised by the U.S. Ambassador over ongoing thefts for medical supplies, reaffirming its commitment to safeguarding the integrity of healthcare supply chain. Executive action was taken following an independent forensic audit commissioned by President Hakainde Hichilema through the Auditor General's Office conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers. Ministry of Health Mr. Elijah Machima stated that several ZAMSA senior officials were suspended or removed, with some facing court proceedings, and emphasized that due legal processes are being observed. Mr. Machima notes that the establishment of the Joint National Drug Task Force and the rollout of the digital tracking system to the curb theft and improve real-time oversight of medical distribution. He adds that the Drug Enforcement Commission has intensified arrests, while on upcoming strategies planning sessions in the Copper Belt will address 2026 medical needs. Mr. Machima assures that the nation of insufficient stock of essential medicine, highlighting improved drug availability levels and stressing the government's continued dialogue with U.S. partners to strengthen trust and cooperation. More in the following report. We continue with the news. The Ministry of Education has praised Hawaii Technologies for its continued partnership in advancing Zambia's digital transformative agenda, particularly in the education sector. Minister of Education Permanent Secretary for Administration, Mr. Noreen Muneku, highlights the crucial role of digital intelligence in promoting inclusive access to education and noted the transformative impact of ICTs in bridging digital divides, especially in rural areas. She cites the successes of the 2024 Digital Classroom Initiative, connecting learners to Muchinga Village, Namala District with students in Lusaka as an example of educational potential. Ms. Muneke emphasizes that digital transformation is not merely about technology, but empowering people, reducing inequalities, and fostering national development. She has thanked Hawaii for its 20-year commitment to Zambia's digital growth and expressed hope for continued collaboration in revolutionizing the country's education system. Mr. Muneku was speaking during the opening of the Hawaii Telecom Congress held at the Intercontinental Hotel in Lusaka. More in the following report.
Smart education. We are not only empowering the next generation with knowledge, but also equipping them with digital skills required to thrive in a fourth industrial revolution. Digital transformation in Zambia is not only about technology, it is about the people, their progress and potential. It is about empowering communities, bridging inequalities, and creating a future where every Zambian can contribute meaningfully to development. Through partnerships such as this with Huawei, we have done quite a lot, but we still have a long way to go. I would like to thank Huawei for being a shining example of a solid digital transformation partner. For over 20 years now, Huawei has been a partner to Zambia, and not just to Zambia, but to the Ministry of Education. And we hope to continue revolutionizing Zambia's education together. I, in particular, and the Minister of Education are fully committed, and I have to stress that we are fully committed to ensuring that technology presence is not just present, but also is used.
We take our first break. Stay with us for more news after this.
You have no fitness, no road tax, no insurance. Can you come and park the vehicle here?
Madam, the day is just getting started. Let's not make it difficult for each other.
This is a public vehicle. It has to have all the necessary documentation, so should you. Hey, where do you think you're going? The police station is there.
I have kidnapped you. The hunter has been
No.
Wakamba, I don't know what kind of games you're playing, but whatever it is, it's fucking dangerous. Do you know how much trouble you're putting me in?
Do you have an issue with loyalty? Or maybe you're not worth my trust.
We have kidnapped an officer of the law who was on duty.
Thank you, but you are all dead. You just don't know it yet.
I'm not part of this scheme.
You trust cops?
You're not starting war with the police service.
Today, we've got a very hectic day.
I want you to swear to me. If I help you out of here, are you going to cover me up when your fellow police officers come to arrest us?
I promise you, Chile. Look, this maniac kidnapped us, but we're just trying to find a way out.
Did you know that there's one officer in your department who's got a secret pact with Dega?
Fuck.
What?
We are framed for the things that we have no knowledge about.
Okay, Chile. Calm down. I will get us out of this, okay?
By what means?
Fasten your seatbelt. We are about to go for a rough ride.
Looks like we underestimated Kanji. Game over, Kanji. You have now reached your checkmate.
No, Mom. We are just getting started.
Don't be too big for your boots, lady. No man can kill me with my own gun.
Fortunately for me, I am a woman.
At the Information and Communications University, we're not just educating students, we're shaping the future of Zambia and beyond. With a global perspective, ICU offers cutting-edge programs in information technology, business, humanities, engineering, and education. We combine theory with practical skills, ensuring our graduates are ready for the job market.
Whether full-time or distance learning, our flexible programs cater to the needs of every student, creating pathways for success. ICU is driven by innovation, research, and entrepreneurship.
We empower our students to be leaders and change makers in their industries.
Through strategic global partnership, including collaboration with leading universities such as St. Petersburg State University and others, we give our students a competitive edge on the global stage.
Our graduates don't just earn degrees, they create impact. They are leading the way in ICT, business, engineering, and more, both locally and internationally. Join the Information and Communications University, where your future begins today.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue with the news. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Service, in partnership with the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities, has distributed 75 pediatric wheelchairs to support children with disabilities in Lusaka, Northwestern, Central, Northern, and Copperbelt Province. Speaking during the presentation of 10 wheelchairs at Bauleni Special School in Lusaka, Community Development and Social Service Minister Doreen Mwamba underscores the importance of mobility for children with disabilities, highlighting how assistive devices are essential for their education and overall well-being.
Did you know
Ms. Mwamba reveals that with assistance from the church
and recovery is possible. Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
Welcome to Zambia, a land of breathtaking natural wonders and diverse cultures. Home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Zambia boasts a rich cultural heritage, captivating wildlife, and a promising future. Zambia is a nation rich in both history and modernity. In the heart of Zambia lies Lusaka, the capital and largest city located in the southern part of the Central Plateau. Lusaka is one of the fastest developing cities in Southern Africa. With a population of about 3.3 million, Lusaka is a center of both commercial and government in Zambia and connects to the country's 4 main highways, heading north, south, east, and west. Lusaka has several cultural facilities such as museums and galleries, which include Lusaka National Museum and Henry Tayali Gallery. The city also has several parks such as Mundawanga Environmental Park, Lusaka National Park, and Chaminuka Nature Reserve that offer visitors a chance to see wildlife up close. Within this dynamic city lies the Information and Communications University, ICU, a place where education and traditions merge with future-focused learning, a place where innovation and research thrive. With a commitment to providing industrial-oriented academic qualifications, ICU stands as a beacon of higher learning education in Zambia, serving over 5,000 students, on both distance and full-time learning modes. But what sets ICU apart? It's our core values. At ICU, we cherish freedom of thought and expression, foster innovativeness and creativity, uphold good governance integrity, promote teamwork, professionalism, and responsible citizenship. We believe in strengthening national cohesion and inclusiveness. Our programs are designed to nurture problem-solving skills, a vital asset for job creation in Zambia. We emphasize critical thinking, creative reasoning, and informed decision-making. Our vision is clear: to be a leading provider of quality education across Africa. Our motto: delivering an ICT-enabled education with excellence. Whether you're passionate about technology, engineering, agriculture, or business, ICU offers a diverse range of programs tailored to your ambitions. Our School of Engineering offers unique programs such as
Thank you for staying with us. We apologize for the disruption due to some technical issues. We continue with the news. The Ministry of Community Development and Social Service, in partnership with the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities, has distributed 75 pediatric wheelchairs to support children with disabilities in Lusaka, Northwestern, Central, Northern, and Copperbelt Province. Speaking during the presentation of 10 wheelchairs at Bauleni Special School in Lusaka Community, Development and Social Service Minister Doreen Mwamba underscored the importance of mobility for children with disabilities, highlighting how assertive devices are essential for education and the overall well-being. Ms. Mwamba reveals that with assistance from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the government aims to acquire more assistive devices by August to expand programs nationwide, including continued support for Bauleni Special School. She praises parents, faith-based institutions, and development partners for their unwavering commitment to improving the lives of children with disabilities. The minister also advocated for the inclusion of caregivers of children with special needs in social protection initiatives to improve and ease their burdens. As Sister Yvonne Malula, representing the Sisters of Sacred Hearts of Jesus and Mary, welcomed the initiative, calling it a clear demonstration of government's dedication to inclusive education and child empowerment. She encourages stronger collaborations among stakeholders to establish sustainable support systems. Meanwhile, Emmanuel Zimba, a student, expressed heartfelt thanks on behalf of the recipients, noting that the new wheelchairs will significantly improve their education experience. Lusaka Province Permanent Secretary Engineer Joe Kalusa expressed concerns over the pace of completion of 6 secondary school projects in the province under the Zambia Education Enhancement Project ZIP, implemented by the Ministry of Education. This follows an inclusion of the monitoring and evaluation tour by the ZIP project in Lusaka Province, aimed at assessing the progress made since the construction of schools began July last year. The Permanent Secretary noted that except from Kalundu project in Chilanga District, whose first phase has been completed, the pace of construction of most sites is unsatisfactory. He emphasized that all the 6 projects located in different districts of Lusaka Province and each valued 23.7 million were scheduled for completion by March 2025, were expected to be opened by July for the pupils. Engineer Kalusa states that this intervention intended to expedite the completion process and align with President Hakainde Hichilema's commitment to improving access to education, which includes the introduction of free education policy. He further explains that free education policy has enabled over 2 million children to return to school since its implementation in 2021, thereby increasing the demand for classroom space. The Permanent Secretary has directed that all 6 schools be completed and ready by use of January 2026 to ensure the success of free education policy is supported by adequate infrastructure. Each of the schools under construction includes 5 classroom blocks, 12 teachers' houses, and computer laboratory, a home economics room, and ablution blocks for both boys and girls. Lusaka province has been allocated 6 schools, of which 120 being constructed countrywide under ZEP. More in the following report.
I would say for this one, yes, I'm happy. I've found people on site. They are working, and all we need to do is just to encourage one another, just as we have done. I've toured the store rooms. Yes, I see that all the materials required are there. All we need to do is to keep pushing a meeting, and then after that review meeting, we'll give it 2-3 months. Then we'll come again to just come and see where we'll be. That's why this project, I'm evaluating this project, and then we want to make sure that we are happy that all the stakeholders involved are present.
You're still watching Icu TV Main News. We take a short break. Next is international and sports news. Stay with us.
Papa, I found someone who feels like he's the one.
I thought the Machelas were searching for peace.
Obstruction.
Mrs. Majula.
Lillian, you are not wife, of course.
I don't want to ever set my eyes on you.
Is it done?
The deal is done. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Do you think you'd ever live in the village?
I saw no harm in being friends with him.
In 41 and pass on my boss. I'll stay loyal to the boss and do what needs to be done.
This war began many generations ago.
People speculate that maybe Kasu was trying to get revenge for her husband.
Thank you for staying with us. And now in international news. A new pope has been elected to lead the Catholic Church, with Cardinal Robert Francis Privato ascending the papacy of the Pope Leo XIV. Born in Chicago, Illinois, he becomes the first American to hold the papal office. His election has generated widespread international reactions. U.S. President Donald Trump expressed national pride and anticipation for a meeting. Russian President Vladimir Putin emphasized continued cooperation grounded in shared Christianity values. And French President Emmanuel Macron highlights its historical moment for the global Catholic Church, while Argentina leaders, including President Javier Milei and spokesperson Manuel Adoni, interpreted its divine endorsement. Meanwhile, President Hakainde Hichilema has extended his heartfelt congratulations to His Holiness, highlighting the significance of the spiritual appointment for both the Catholic faithful and wider international community. He notes that the papacy remains a beacon of moral guidance and unity, expressing hope that Pope Leo XIV's leadership will be marked by wisdom, compassion, and strength. President Hichilema emphasizes the Church's vital role in promoting peace, justice, and human dignity offers Zambia's support and prayers for the new pontiff, and he begins his sacred mission. Pope Leo XIV's election marks a significant moment for the global Catholic community and ongoing challenges. As white smoke rose above the Sistine Chapel, crowds in St. Peter's Square erupted in joy, chanting "Viva el Papa," signaling a new chapter for the Catholic Church. New York police has arrested dozens of pro-Palestinian protesters after occupied part of the main library by the Columbian University on Wednesday. 2 universities' security officers were injured while protesters forced their way into Bauta Library on Wednesday, according to a statement by the university's president, who called activists' actions outrageous. Video posted on social media showed chanting protesters entering the library, men wearing keffiyeh handcuffs and masks, defying a ban from the Trump administration that was imposed after widespread campus demonstrations last year. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the visa statuses of these involved will be reversed. More in the following report.
I was just doing work with friends, trying to work on a final paper due at the end of the week, and all of a sudden I was walking through the lobby and a group of a few dozen who I would assume are students, covered in masks and hoodies and whatnot, stormed through the entrance, kind of shoving some public safety officers, and ran upstairs into what's like the main reading room. I believe they're still in there about 3 hours later, and they had drums and megaphones and whatnot.
We'll take a short break. Stay tuned for more.
At the Information and Communications University, we're not just educating students, we're shaping the future of Zambia and beyond. With a global perspective, ICU offers cutting-edge programs in information technology, business, humanities, engineering, and education. We combine theory with practical skills, ensuring our graduates are ready for the job market.
Whether full-time or distance learning, our flexible programs cater to the needs of every student, creating pathways for success. ICU is driven by innovation, research, and entrepreneurship.
We empower our students to be leaders and change makers in their industries.
Through strategic global partnership, including collaboration with leading universities such as St. Petersburg State University and others, we give our students a competitive edge on the global stage.
Our graduates don't just earn degrees, they create impact. They are leading the way in ICT, business, engineering, and more, both locally and internationally. Join the Information and Communications University, where your future begins today.
Welcome back, and now in sports news. The Zambia under-17 girl national team has departed for Windhoek, Namibia, to take part in the 2025 COSAFA under-17 championship, which will be held from May 10th to 17th. Before the team's departure, the coach Carol Kayemba acknowledged the weight of the expectations at defending champions. She notes that the title will mark Zambia's key target, other teams making tournaments highly competitive. Coach Kayemba emphasizes that the coaching staff has taken steps to ensure players remain grounded and focused, warning against overconfidence. She also highlights the tournament as valuable platforms for uncovering and nurturing emerging talents on an international stage. Team captain Ruth Mukomo expresses confidence in the squad preparation, stating that they are ready to meet the challenges. She acknowledges the pressure of defending the title, but said the team remains motivated and committed to making the national pride. The sports item brings us to the end of ICU TV main news. But before we leave, let's take a look at the stories that made headlines. Zambia Railways moved to active Chipata-Mchinji-Nacala trade corridor. Immigration Department reports major enforcement successes amid rising obstruction cases. U.S. suspends $50 million health grant over concerns of medical supply divisions. Catholic Church elects Leo XIV as the new Pope. Zambia under-17 girls head to Namibia for COSAFA and championship. Thank you so much for watching. For more details, follow ICU TV Facebook page and ICU website at icuzm.com. Good night.